Hi, beautiful people. How's it going? Today we're gonna dive into the new moon that's gonna happen in the sign of Virgo on the 23rd of August. For some regions and other time zones, it's gonna happen on the 22nd of August, late at night. So you can check your own time zone if you want to know the correct date for this new moon. And this is actually a special one because this is the first of two consecutive new moons in the sign of Virgo. So whenever the universe is putting an emphasis twice, so a double emphasis on the same sign, then we really need to listen. So welcome back to my channel. My name is Astrid. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for joining. And I'm gonna switch on the comments so you guys can follow along. Hi Stain, hi Katie, thank you so much for joining. And we're gonna start today's presentation. So Virgo, very, very special because it's gonna happen on the very first degree of the zodiac, of the sign of Virgo in the zodiac. So it's at 0 degrees. So this is the new moon that is going to build up towards a lunar eclipse in March of 2026. So this is the first new moon that's building up towards an eclipse, but the second new moon that we're going to see in Virgo, that will be on the 21st of September, that will be a solar eclipse in the sign of Virgo as well. So yeah, a very, very big, important opening of a portal that we're seeing here. And it's really marking a clear energetic bridge between this time, and it's bridging into the eclipse season that is about to start in September. So this is really a time for pure new beginnings in the area and the house where Virgo is located in your chart. So yeah, when the cosmos repeats itself, we really need to pay attention. And Virgo is a sign of precision, of service, of improvement. So perfect time to assess what's out of alignment in our daily routine and make some very, very necessary course corrections in that. And really develop a system that supports our well-being and can also boost our productivity. So the seeds that you plant now, because that happens with every new moon, they will not sprout tomorrow, but we need to trust that they will. And it can happen very, very fast in the next few months, whatever we lay the ground root for right now. So Virgo's symbolism, it is tied to the harvest, but the harvest is never immediate. This new moon is really a planting moment and one that will culminate only in March of 2026. So the work that we begin now will be tested by the seasons. It will be shaped by its condition, and also it will get strengthened by patience. So here, of course, Virgo is about our physical health. That's why I mentioned the healer. Then Virgo puts a lot of emphasis on the little details. So that's why I've put in the analyst. And then Virgo also likes to correct things. That's why I've put in the editor as well. So that is like the overall energy. And if we then look at some key traits for Virgo, it is really about refinement, about structure, and putting all these little necessary corrections and practical action as well. It really thrives on organizing, on improving, on transforming ideas into tangible form. So with this double new moon, the universe is really offering a two-step process. First, we are going to plant the seeds with a lot of precision and pure intention. Virgo is also about purity, chastity, celibacy. It's actually the nun and the priestess as well. And the seeds that we plant now in September, those seeds will solidify and evolve in really big new beginnings under the eclipse's transformative energy that we're about to witness. So this moment really invites you to reassess your daily habits, to refine your routines, and also to improve systems to boost your productivity, both in your work and in your health and your well-being. And a good question you can ask yourself is, who are you serving and why? Because Virgo rules the service industry and wanting to help other people. And yeah, the way you're serving, does it add to your well-being or is it giving you stress and anxiety? Because Virgo is also the sign of stress. And a lot of people are very, very attached to their daily routines and to their habits. And this new moon is going to square Uranus. So a lot of people who are overly attached to their daily rhythm and their daily surroundings are going to struggle a bit with this new moon, to be honest. And the shadow side of a Virgo is nitpicking and putting too much emphasis on correcting the little details, and by doing that, losing sight of the bigger picture. And yeah, when you have a lot of Virgo energy, you can be a little bit of a Karen. And as a Virgo rising, I'm allowed to say this. So yeah, don't lose yourself by putting too much emphasis on the little details. It is a way of controlling your life and having like some sort of control. But with the South Node here in the sign of Virgo as well, we need to release the shadow side aspects of Virgo. So we need to release perfectionism, and we need to be not too hard on ourselves. So Virgo, of course, is about our job and about practicality and craftsmanship, and yeah, it's actually the sign of efficiency. And when we do something, we need to ask ourselves why, and what do we want in the end? What do we want to achieve with being of service towards others? Another thing we need to be careful about with Virgo is people-pleasing behavior. A lot of people who have a lot of Virgo energy, they feel like they need to clean up after others. And when they don't get gratitude in return, they can get very, very upset, but in the end, no one asked them to try to fix other people's problems. So yeah, we need to balance the scale and that for sure. So if you now look at the chart of the new moon, yeah, this is the first new moon. It's going to bring themes of purification, precision, also clearing out what no longer serves us, and we really need to create space for new structures to grow. And Virgo teaches us to work systematically, breaking things up into smaller, manageable actions, and they need to be sustainable, and they need to be grounded changes rather than these quick fixes and these instant gratification that most of the people are looking for on a daily basis. So Virgo, of course, it is a mutable earth sign. It is ruled by Mercury, thrives on structure, efficiency, and it's all about our daily thoughts and messages as well. So the cosmic message here is we need to tidy the ground before planting these new seeds. And Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini. It has dual rulership, so it's putting a lot of emphasis on the square that we're seeing here between the new moon in Virgo and Uranus in Gemini. So if you're an early degree Gemini, you're gonna feel a lot of effect from this moon for sure. Luckily, Mercury, the ruler of this new moon, is in Leo right now, and it's wrapping up its post-shadow phase. Like during this new moon, it will still be in shadow. Only 2 days later, on the 25th of August, it will leave its shadow, post-shadow phase. So Virgo here, it invites us to treat all these everyday acts as sacred practices, where cleaning a drawer can be very simple, but that can also result in also clearing your mental space. Like for me as a Virgo rising, it really helps to clean up. Whenever I'm in a bad mood, that really tends to feel like I have more space in my head. So that can be one of the biggest ways to work with this energy, like do a fall cleaning for the Northern Hemisphere. And yeah, and in our daily or in our real life, it might look like we need to reorganize our workspace. We need to maybe schedule some long postponed health checkups. We can also be focusing on streamlining our budget if Virgo falls on the cusp of your second house, for example. So it's really the moment to put all the practical plans into motion that will actually carry you not for the weeks ahead, but really into the next 6 months until we have the Virgo full moon. So, and because this is like the first of 2 Virgo new moons in a row, it really acts as a preparation round. The preparation round stops around the 21st of September, because then we're going to have a solar eclipse in Virgo at 29 degrees, which is a critical degree. So this is actually the foundation phase. We need to lay down and implement new habits now that will carry us through the eclipses ahead. So the most affected signs are, of course, Virgo placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, especially if you have something between 0 and 3 degrees of Virgo. You're going to have a direct hit to your personal points in your chart. But actually all the mutable signs are going to feel this immensely. So Virgo, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Gemini. So Pisces planets, especially the early degrees, it's in your opposite sign. So the relationship axis, it's activated right now. So there can be a lot of mirrored blessings and a balance between service and surrender between you and your partner. And then, of course, Gemini and Sagittarius, you're going to see a square aspect. So a lot of tension and growth opportunities. And then, of course, the fixed signs, the late degrees, let's say 27 degrees, 29 degrees, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. These late degrees are going to form a square towards this new moon. So yeah, it can bring a lot of pressure and karmic closure as well. Then if you look at the new moon, hey Laura, we see that the new moon is taking place at 0 degrees of Virgo. This is really unfiltered Virgo energy, and it's at its most potent. This is like the very first breath of the sign's essence. So it's not simply a new beginning. It's like an untouched canvas. It's also, you can look at it as fresh clay waiting to be shaped into a new form. So it really demands that we clear the soil before planting anew. So the lunation really holds a very rare purity of this unfiltered Virgo energy. You can look at it as the gardener who is very careful and looking at the soil before the first seed is sown. So it really invites us to align intention with action, and not just in theory, but in the physical spaces and our systems and the habits that really form the framework of our lives. So 0 degrees, it is new beginnings at its purest form. And Virgo, this purity, and purity belongs to Virgo, that word, so that's actually beautiful, but purity is channeled into these practical changes. Can be in our health routine, in our well-being, in our fitness, in our 9-to-5 daily activities, in our work schedule. All these things might change very radically and unexpectedly because we see a square to Uranus. So yeah, maybe reorganize something, commit to a healthier eating pattern. You can streamline your digital life as well. Of course, Virgo is mutable. So Virgo is very flexible, and Virgo's flexibility really helps us to stick to these new habits. And the mutable quality, it also means that we must consciously maintain them as well. So yeah, the moon here really channels the first drop of the Virgo essence, very practical intelligence and a big drive towards improvement. So yeah, every once in a while, the sky offers us not a page to turn, but an entirely new book to write. And that is very, very big implicated here for this new moon. Another thing I want to mention is on the 22nd of August, the moon, the sun is going to shift into the sign of Virgo. And while that's doing that, the moon will still be in Cancer. So we're going to see a dark balsamic moon phase that's going to last for a couple of days, but it's now going to partake into 3 signs, which is quite rare. It's going to be in Cancer very, very shortly. And then the balsamic moon phase, we're going to see that in Leo, but in Virgo as well. So the balsamic moon phase, that's being called the devil days. So yeah, the days surrounding and now leading up to this new moon, it can get quite weird, to be honest. And I know a lot of people with the Mercury retrograde had a really tough time dealing with everything, me included. So I'm no exception. But that was like a warm-up. Like the real hit is about to come in the fall for the Northern Hemisphere whenever we enter eclipse season. Yeah, Mercury is going to leave its post-shadow phase soon, but then it's going to bridge directly into the eclipse energy, and eclipse season is actually arriving a bit sooner with this new moon now bridging the gap between, yeah, the Virgo Pisces axis that is being affected now by the eclipses. So very, very interesting. And a balsamic moon phase that lasts in 3 signs that is going to bring up some weird things. So if something happens where you're like a bit confused, or you're like, wow, this is like very dark energy at play, try to not be the best tip I can give you is try not to be too attached to stress. A lot of people are addicted to stress. Virgo is the sign of stress and anxiety as well. And with the square to Uranus, Uranus in Gemini, it's about our neural pathways, because yeah, Uranus is all things frequency and electricity and things that yeah, are connected to each other. And then the sign of Gemini is also our thought patterns. So not only are we gonna see a major big news, big truths coming out in the media, in the news with Uranus and Gemini, don't let it overwhelm you, and try to like rewire the neural pathways inside of your brain, because that will be necessary. And try not to get too overwhelmed by what's about to get released in the next couple of weeks. Because Virgo, it is a sign of our physical health. A lot of people are struggling with their health right now due to a lot of different factors. 2 days ago, they were doing CPR in front of me with a person, and it's just something that is becoming quite obvious in your neighborhood, like Uranus in Gemini. Gemini is your local environment. So yeah, there's a lot of disruption, a lot of shocks, a lot of surprises in our neighborhood. And of course, Uranus also deals about AI and technology, and we're going to see some very big news coming out in regards to that as well. But if you look back at World War II, that was when Uranus was in Gemini as well. And World War II kicked off with the first new moon in Virgo while Uranus was in Gemini. So I just want to say that there can be some shocking revelations. There can be some shocking news coming forward from this new moon. And it's not going to get any better during the eclipses in the next couple of weeks. So I just want to say to everyone, like, there's a splitting in timeline. You can choose anxiety and fear. And sometimes when things overwhelm us, we need to like really ground ourselves. And that is the positive side of Virgo. Virgo is an earth sign. So we need to like really, yeah, distance ourselves from the stress, from the drama, because Mercury is the ruler of this new moon. It is in the sign of Leo. It is a sign of drama. So yeah, it is like going to be necessary to just take a step back, to rewire our addiction towards stress, and to really like try to, yeah, implement healthier habits for our physical and mental well-being, because it's going to be necessary with the square to Uranus. Also, Uranus rules over electricity. So whenever Uranus speaks towards a new moon in the sky, it does that in electricity jolts and lightning strikes. Uranus also rules over seismic activity, the tectonic plates. We just saw what happened in Russia with the big earthquake that happened, and then the tsunami warning. Guys, this is not over yet, because Uranus rules over earthquakes as well. Whenever we see a new moon, well, earthquakes normally come up more during a full moon, but I guess right now with Uranus in Gemini and everything that's happening and all the volcanoes that got triggered by the massive earthquake that we just saw in Russia, the ring of fire is gonna come up definitely again with this new moon. So yeah, I'm gonna quickly look at the Sabian symbol, because the one for today is a man's head artistically emphasized. So it's actually an invitation to refine how we present ourselves. It isn't just like this superficial makeover energy. It's more about making the external world match the internal world. So you can think of it as like a process of realignment of our identity, because our habits, our routines, and even our health, they reflect the deeper truth of who we truly are. And Uranus, it is about truth. So there can be some certain exposure in how a certain routine or something in regards to your health is actually, yeah, if some truth can come out and cause some disruption, but it is not to haunt you. It is to make you aware about where you need to make certain changes. So if you maybe smoke or drink too much alcohol, or if you're having too big of a people-pleasing tendencies at your job, then you might get like a little shake-up to shake you out of your normal routine. And because it's at 0 degrees of Virgo, there's an added benefit of this unfiltered authenticity. There is a chance to really discard the inherited patterns or these outdated versions of your daily routine or within your job. So it is about the purification of selfhood. Virgo's gift is really discernment and refinement, and we're going to really need those two themes to work with. It is stripping away what's excessive, what's unhelpful, what's impure, until only the true, pure essence remains. So it's not only just about starting these new routines and decluttering your spaces, it's also about sculpting a truer image of who we are becoming by focusing on one detail at a time, and try to master that in our daily life. And I know if you want to implement new, healthier habits, that it takes 21 days to rewire the neurological pathway inside of our mind. And it's only after 21 days that your body recognizes this as a new habit. And after that, it becomes easier. So you can like make a calendar and really tick off every day. And when you hit 21, or let's say 30 to be fine, just do it a month. It will become easier, because, yeah, this new moon, it is not compromising. It is aspecting all of the outer planets. So, yeah, such a tense aspect to all the outer planets. There's a quincunx to Pluto and Aquarius. There is a quincunx to Saturn and Neptune in Aries, which is about our identity. And Saturn and Neptune in Aries, yeah, a lot of people are lying about their identity. They're making themselves look better than they are. And I know we all do that. I think it also wouldn't be very beneficial or helpful to communicate all of our shadow sides aspects to each and every one of us. So I'm not trying to say that. But still, if you lie about your identity, it gets dissolved, and Saturn is giving this instant karma. And it's also showing how lying about our identity can have also a negative effect on our health. So that's Virgo and Aries. They don't really get along. Neither do Virgo and Aquarius, and all the other planets are positioning in that sign right now, in those signs right now. So plus the square to Uranus in Gemini. So these bring a lot of discomfort and a lot of energy about adjustment. And yeah, we need to let go of these outdated narratives, rework the neural pathways, ground our ideals into reality. But if we really put the pure intention, there can be a lot of breakthrough insights happening with the square to Uranus. So yeah, this is really creating a mixture of tension and opportunity. The quincunxes really highlight where our ideals clash with our current realities. But Uranus, in the meantime, is going to spark some sudden radical changes. So we need to use Virgo's discernment to really filter out the unnecessary noise. We need to anchor ourselves in clarity and purity, and prepare for September's eclipses to really accelerate all of these fast shifts that we're already in right now. So we need to really focus on simplification. We need to avoid perfectionistic paralysis. We need to transform the tension into a strong foundation. And the challenging aspects here, they bring an undercurrent of discomfort and restlessness. So we really need to put emphasis on the nervous system, which is, of course, also ruled by Uranus, because, yeah, there's going to be a lot of tension between our nervous system and creating a bad or negative effect on our physical health. We also see a yacht, which is a finger of fate. This really stands out to me. We have been going through quite some yachts lately. So yeah, a finger of fate that is formed by quincunxes from the new moon to Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto. So a yacht really creates a karmic turning point. It is very, very destined. It's like a finger of God and a finger of fate, and God is really pointing towards our physical health. So we're actually being pushed towards changes that we might not have planned, but are actually essential for our growth. So expect very, very fated things to happen. Saturn and Neptune in Aries, they ask us to align our boundaries with vision. Especially, it's going to be highlighted around leadership, of course, as well. And the link to Pluto, it really brings a deep collective shift in technology, in systems, and also in social structures. And all the areas where innovation is going to meet a little bit of upheaval during this time. And our everyday life, this can look as being forced to learn a new work system. Maybe we need to, learn new software. We maybe need to adjust to new health regulations, or look at what's happening in Canada and Nova Scotia, where you like cannot camp anymore because of the climate and all of these things. There's going to be a lot of new regulations that are going to come in over the next few months. And I think what's happening in Canada, that is only like the beginning, to be honest. Especially if we look at the next eclipse, the solar eclipse in Virgo opposite Saturn and Neptune, that is going to be, not easy to deal with for a lot of people. So just know that, there can also be, with the square to Uranus, tech changes in our job. So all the discomfort of the quincunxes really, it means that we must adapt very quickly. But Virgo is very adaptable. Its adaptable earth quality, it really helps us to find practical solutions to complex challenges. So a yacht, this is a celestial pressure point. It doesn't politely request change. It really rearranges the stage so that the change becomes unavoidable. So don't let it overwhelm you. Just focus on how you can really improve your own mental and physical health and well-being. Then, of course, the square to Uranus that I already mentioned a bit about. So with the quincunx to Pluto in Aquarius, Aquarius is the collective. So there's going to be system-wide transformation in the collective. More AI-based scheduling tools. Hospitals are going to update their treatment protocols. We can also be embracing new health tracking tech or using more AI tools to optimize our workflow. But the friction to Pluto means that change can feel disruptive yet necessary. And Virgo's role is to refine these changes to make them useful, ethical, and sustainable. And that is where it gets a little bit tough here, because it's a quincunx aspect, and then Uranus and Gemini, it forms a square. So everything in regards to new technology, new health protocols, AI, and hospitalization, some of these things are really going to break down with the square to Uranus, and it can definitely cause a lot of upheaval. And I think we cannot exclude the fact that it's very, very big astrological potential here for cyber attacks, messing up our daily routine and our 9-to-5 job in the next few weeks ahead. So Uranus shakes up our routines with surprises. There can be tech glitches, AI breakdowns, sudden insights regarding all of those themes. There might also be these sudden software rollouts at work where we maybe need to have facial recognition to log into our computer and all these things. Like now it's going to go quite fast. There's also going to be new research being released on nutrition, on our mental health and our pathways as well. There can also be unexpected changes in transportation that are going to affect our daily routine. All these things, it's not always comfortable, but it's designed to set us free, because in the end, Virgo's adaptability, it shines here. The key is really to troubleshoot all of these issues with a lot of calm and precision, and Virgo is very, very capable of doing that. Like whenever there's a crisis going on, Virgo remains calm. That is like, if you're a well-balanced Virgo, of course. And if you rewire the nervous system, then Virgo is very, very good at crisis situations. So yeah, we need to calm down and act with precision rather than to panic. And sudden changes or disruptions can really become the catalyst for better systems to be put in place. So don't panic if there is a disruption in any kind of supply chain system, or if there's some massive strikes happening in the health field or in the service industry and transportation and aviation. That's what we've seen in March during the eclipse in Virgo that happened on the 14th of March. So I do suspect that a lot of the same themes that came up in March are going to come up again right now. So yeah. And then also Uranus, the volcanoes that are getting triggered by everything that happened in Russia. So the Ring of Fire will definitely come up again with the square. And with the quincunx to Saturn, Saturn right now is at 0 degrees of Aries, and that is the world point axis. 0 degrees is again a critical degree. There can be global challenges that we will need to deal with together collectively with Pluto and Aquarius. So Uranus here squaring this new moon, it can point towards extreme weather, but also in regards to our physical health, that there can be some extreme disruption going on and something that we need to change in that in order to benefit from Virgo's beneficial key traits. So Lakeside Laura says, like pregnant robots. Yes, like they already succeeded in that right now. And I was quite shocked when I read the article. But yeah, there is already an artificial womb in which babies are being born right now. So yeah, it is all getting very weird quite fast. It's only going to get weirder next year in April, when we're going to have a stellium in Aries. And by the end of April, Uranus shifting into Gemini for the next 8 years. And then all the outer planets will have moved into their new sign. So now we're like in the in-between. We are now in the birth process. There is a lot of peristalsis. There are a lot of cramps. A lot of people are like, what the hell is going on right now? But we're like in between both worlds. And it's like the old world has already died and the new one is not here yet. So some people feel a bit confused, which is normal. I think it's very, very important to focus on the North Node in Pisces, to have forgiveness for other people, to work on feeling whole, feeling connected to spirit, to really, yeah, unconditionally love other people, no matter where they are in their personal journey. That will be very, very important the next couple of months, because as soon as Saturn is going to move back into Pisces, which is going to happen on the 1st of September, yeah, the final degrees of Pisces are final endings. A lot of people are going to close a major chapter of their life in the fall for the Northern Hemisphere up until the spring. And yeah, Pisces, it deals with loss. It deals with things getting dissolved. Neptune will also shift back into Pisces. Pisces also deals with water issues. So we're going to see with the next solar eclipse in Virgo, I think we're going to see some more battles over water being affected. Pisces also deals with water contamination and all kind of weird things, deception, lies, not being able to find to pinpoint the problem, to get rid of it. Pisces likes to hide and it likes to be elusive, and a lot of people are going to be confronted with a lot of illusions for the next few months, and it will be necessary to really love other people unconditionally and to really help them out. And I'm just reading. Yeah, it feels very in between. We are stuck in the birth canal. Laura, that is so beautifully said. Yeah, a lot of people are like suffocating and gasping for air, and yeah, it's totally normal. Like, yeah, the birth canal, it is not a fun place to be in. So yeah. And Stain says Laura strangled up with the umbilical cord. Oh my god, that's funny, you guys. Oh, okay, then maybe some advice on how to work with this energy. Of course, clearing out your spaces, reorganizing them, tackling some things you've postponed in your home, in your office, in regards to your digital life, deleting old files, organizing your inbox, rearranging all of these things that can increase productivity. It can be a new filing system or some storage solution. Like I've been like having to deal with my cloud storage being full all the time, and it's like really doing me a head in. So another good thing is donating or selling clothes, books, or items that actually no longer serve a purpose. You can like give them to people who are in need of that. That is a very good way to minimize the more harsher aspects. Like there are always astrological remedies whenever we have difficult aspects, and donating to the poor, to the people in need, especially with the North Node in Pisces right now, is a very good thing to do. Of course, starting a new morning ritual, journaling, preparing a healthy breakfast, maybe implementing a weekly meal prep system for better health and time management, because Virgo and Saturn, because they are in quincunx, but they're both a bit about time as well. And a lot of people can feel like they are running out of time, but that's like just an illusion with Neptune on Saturn right now. So no, you're not running out of time. Everything is going according to divine timing. So you can also maybe break down a long-term goal. Maybe you want to go to the gym again. Maybe you want to learn a new language. Yeah, you can really start implementing this now into like these small daily little actions. And if you have been postponing medical checkups or dental appointments, it might be a very good time to look at that as well. And also let go of habits that really undermine your health, excessive caffeine, these inconsistent sleeping patterns, smoking, drinking, all of these things actually need to be eliminated, and we need to focus on purity right now with the sign of Virgo. Otherwise, it's gonna really mess up with our health. And also notice where perfectionism has been holding you back, and we need to launch and speak something imperfectly instead, and just like have this consistent daily action towards getting it perfect, even though I don't like the word perfect. But yeah, a lot of people, they freeze because it's not good enough. But that's not gonna teach us, or by stalling everything and getting into our shelf and to our cocoon, we're not learning anything. So don't worry if the things you want to do are not perfect. And also forgive yourselves for past delays, for procrastination as well, and start fresh without judgment. And another good way would also be to spend more time with people who leave you feeling calm and grounded and inspired instead of anxious. Like if someone comes up to you and the nervous system is like this, and they're like asking all these things of you, like, no, breathe and just say to them, like, not right now. Try to, keep your nervous system centered. And breathe. Breathing exercises are going to be very essential as well. These are the Virgo crystals. If you have one or two or more of them at home, you can create a crystal grid. You can put them on your written intentions. You can put them under your pillow sleeping, and they are going to help you as well. So, with that being said, I'm going to start the readings for the 12 signs. So if you don't know what's your rising sign, then you can plug in your birth details here. Just fill out your information, and you'll get to know your rising sign. So we're going to start with Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So the new moon on August the 23rd is going to land in your 6th house of health, daily rhythm, routine, your work system, your job, your colleagues. And this really is marking a very rare double cycle of fresh starts in this part of your life. So it's a cosmic push to restructure your routines, to really fine-tune your habits, and also to design a healthier work-life balance, someone that actually supports your well-being. And it isn't just about being productive, it's also about making your days run in a very smooth way that leaves you energized rather than drained. And I know in our current system, global system, that we are enslaved. That's what I'm like trying to say. It's not easy to really feel energized by that. But I think a lot of people in the next few months, actually 2 years, are gonna decide to step away from the system. And I think especially Aries guys, you guys are leaders. You need to lead by example. And I think, this is actually your chance to audit your schedule, maybe start working for yourself, cut out what's no longer effective for you, and also make space for new routines that serve both your body, mind, and spirit. And yeah, you can, of course, declutter your workspace. That is a very good way to deal with the energy. Deep clean your kitchen, organize your car, create a more functional home office. You need to drop habits that waste your time and streamline all the tasks that you usually procrastinate on. You can also switch to systems that make work more efficient. And in the overall workplace, which belongs to the 6th house, of course, there can be changes through new job responsibilities, maybe in a different role that you're getting handed, or maybe new co-workers can be entering the scene as well. And I'm like a fellow Aries, and some new colleague is starting in September at my job. So and even if something is ending, then the underlying energy really points to a fresh beginning that will unfold over the next month. Especially remember, on the 21st of September, you're going to have an eclipse here in that house as well. So protect your personal time with the quincunxes to Saturn and Neptune in your sign. We know that Virgo loves optimization, but if you overcommit, then you risk filling every free moment with, should I do this? Should I do that? Instead of resting as well. So use the energy, like the 6th, 12th house axis, it needs to be balanced out. So establish non-negotiable downtime and take time for rest, and create new boundaries with colleagues or clients, and also tend to your physical and emotional well-being. And also know that perfectionism could be a real trap right now. And if you wait until everything is just right before starting, then you might stall everything and fail immensely. So instead of aiming for consistent progress, aim for the consistency instead of for perfection. Small improvements, whether that's like cooking healthier meals or starting a short daily workout or spending less time on draining tasks, will have a very big ripple effect, and it's going to free up some other energy for what really matters. So the 6th house is, of course, also the house of health. Take good care of your health. Something can definitely come up with your health, and it's going to be necessary. If something comes up with your health, it's going to show you that you need to reprioritize the important things first, and all the rest will follow. That's something that I've taught the last couple of weeks as well. So Aries risings, your fresh routines, they aren't just about efficiency. They're about creating the freedom to live on your own terms as well. So good luck, Aries. We have Taurus and moon or rising. You're going to have a new moon in the sign of Virgo on August the 23rd, and it's going to land in your 5th house of joy, creativity, romance, your hobbies, your talents, and also your self-expression, and also your kids. So this is really opening up a rare double cycle of new beginnings in the parts of life that make your heart light up. So over the next few weeks, you might feel drawn to start a new, fresh creative project. You might pick up a hobby that you've been curious about. You can weave more fun into your daily rhythm as well. Prioritize what genuinely excites you. Can be a personal passion, something that gets reignited. It can be a romantic spark as well. It can also be playful activities that make you feel more alive. And the solar eclipse, all these shifts could include joining some new event that actually matches your true interests. You could be meeting people through shared activities. You might also be saying yes to opportunities that actually awaken your inner child. And if you have children or they still live with you at home, then the new moon could mark also a very big fresh chapter in your relationship with them. There could also be a big change in their lives that ripples all into your life as well. So that can, maybe a child starts a new sport, or maybe your child wants to play some music or wants to be on stage or perform in any way. And that might also draw you into a new community with other moms that you might meet, or dads, of course. And maybe you find yourself planning more family activities that also spark joy for everyone that's involved. So Virgo's influence might also inspire you to get more structured about your creative downtime time. So whether that means, writing more, being more creative, make some free time for dancing, for painting, for organizing some new creative, maybe materials. If you do ceramics, for example, maybe you can buy some new things then, and you can dive into a new project with ease as well. But there's a deeper layer here, because the fifth house is also about healing the inner child and also releasing the self-criticism that may have muted your joy in the past. So this really encourages you to stop over editing your self-expression or the things that you create. Let yourself create freely, play and explore without worrying about how it's perceived. If your inner critic comes up, try to shush it a little bit. Just be free like a child with your creativity during this time, and definitely with the solar eclipse that's going to come up. So, and if you've been trying to balance your own desires with the expectations of friends, groups, or any other social circles, then this really is a chance to align them so you're not compromising what lights you up inside. So progress really happens when we drop the shoulds, when we drop the should I, and we need to embrace what's authentic and also give ourselves permission to have just some fun, just for the sake of it. So give yourself, my dear Taurus rising, some full permission to follow what lights you up inside, and just know that your joy is the spark that fuels your growth, and implement that more in your daily routine. So good luck, Taurus. Then we have Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You're going to have the new moon in Virgo on the 23rd of August, lighting up your fourth house of home, family, roots, your deep emotional foundation. And this is really the beginning of a very rare two-part cycle of change in this deeply personal part of your life. This is the bottom of the chart. It is very personal and very sensitive. So a fresh start in your living situation can be an example. There can be a shift in your relationship with your family. There can even be a change happening in the sense of what home truly means to you. Maybe some of you are going to move to a new place. Maybe some of you are going to be welcomed into another household, or maybe some of you are going to welcome someone in your household. You might also say goodbye to a roommate. You might also reorganize your space so it feels more healthier, more supportive, more calm. You can look at your living space with a very critical eye with the Virgo energy. And you might also see your loved ones, especially your parents, also embark on their own new beginning, or maybe moving as well. And that could also ripple into your own life in very meaningful ways over the next few weeks. It also encourages you to purify your emotional roots that might be, some patterns in your upbringing. Maybe you're meant to work through some old family patterns here. And there's going to be a big spotlight and a big reflection on your upbringing. You need to let go of these inherited habits that no longer serve your growth. And with the new moon occurring near the south node, the emphasis is on releasing what feels stalled, what feels stagnant, so you can create a more stable and nourishing foundation. So yeah, that can definitely be about home improvement projects, or maybe simplifying your domestic responsibilities as well. Maybe you need to set healthier boundaries within family dynamics. If there's been an imbalance in the household between maybe you and your partner, or you and your mom or your dad or whatever, if one person is handling more daily tasks than the other, then it could be also a time for an open conversation and maybe redistributing the responsibilities, so one or both of you has less stress. And the new moon, it also speaks to your sense of stability. So yeah, you need to clear out emotional clutter to make room for more self-expression inside of the home, especially with the square to Uranus in your first house that is really pushing you towards personal freedom. So you can do that by creating a living environment that reflects more of who you are, not who you used to be. So you need to really free yourself to step into a more independent and grounded version of yourself. Some of you are going to change their address. Some of you are going to redesign a room, or simply shift the way that what home means to you. So the coming months really holds the energy for a big clean slate in your private life behind closed doors. So yeah, my dear Gemini rising, clear your space, clear your mind, and also watch how much more easily your ideas can flow into tangible, practical action by doing that. So good luck, my Gemini. Hi, Ma'am Jax. We have Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You're going to have the new moon and the sign of Virgo happening on the 23rd of August, happening in your third house of communication, local environment, your siblings, your neighbors, your daily interactions, your local neighborhood. And it's going to bring a very big fresh start in how you connect with others and also how you move through your everyday world. This could really be a period of reclaiming your voice, speak up more often, express your needs more clearly, and also release any habits of holding back the tone of your voice to keep the peace. So Virgo's influence here, it really asks you to refine the ways that you share your ideas. Whether that's becoming more direct, practicing mindfulness more, or more mindful communication, or maybe simply letting go of your perfectionism and how you express yourself. And you can do that by maybe joining a new group, a new class, meeting new neighbors, getting involved in community projects. Some Cancers might also strengthen their bonds with their siblings or other family members. Other Cancers are going to reevaluate certain connections and also decide to step back from relationships that feel overly critical or overly limiting. And you might also be drawn to reorganizing your environment, your desk, your car, your digital files, your email box that's like overflowing. And there's also a possibility of technological upgrades, maybe a new phone, a new laptop, or wiping old devices clean for a fresh start. So this new moon and the eclipse that's about to happen is really also perfect for writing, for journaling, for content creation, for blogging, for podcasting, if you do any of those things. But it is the energy of putting your ideas into words. It can actually, need to process your thoughts, declutter your mind, and also build more confidence in your voice. There can also be short trips, short distance daily adventures. You can also simply explore your own neighborhood, and that could all bring valuable insights and new important connections that are going to teach you how to speak up for yourself as well. So it's like maybe you also can recalibrate your digital or social media habits, and it's going to help you with your mental clarity as well. So yeah, Cancer rising, your words matter, so speak them with confidence and also let your voice shape the world around you. So good luck, my dear Cancer. And thank you so much, Katie. You're such a sweetheart. Then we have Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You are gonna have the new moon in Leo that's gonna happen on the 23rd of August, and it's gonna land in your second house of money, possessions, values, and also self-worth. And it's really opening up the door to a fresh financial chapter. So yeah, this could actually mean starting a new income stream. You might also be setting up a more organized budgeting system. Maybe you're going to develop healthier money habits that give you, in the end, a stronger sense of stability. You might also discover resources or opportunities that you hadn't noticed before. Maybe you can monetize your skills. Maybe there are big items that you can sell, or maybe there is going to be new partnerships that are going to help you generate more income. Be a bit mindful about friends and their influence on your finances. There could also be a massive breakthrough if you do content creation with the square to Uranus in the 11th, but be a little bit careful of mixing up money and friends here during this time. So yeah, also Virgo's influence, it invites you to refine how you earn, how you save, and also how you spend your financial your money. So yeah, Virgo wants to say to you that you need to deal with your money in a clean, sustainable, and aligned way. And when you spend money, it needs to be aligned with your deeper values and not to comfort you in any kind of way. It cannot be a coping mechanism for stress. And yeah, you can declutter your belongings, maybe through selling a lot of things. You can donate to things that are not useful anymore. You might also consciously purchase fewer items in the next few months and invest only in what truly improves the quality of your life. Yeah. You might also be inspired to be more humble and to simplify your possessions, actually freeing yourself from the weight of all the stuff, and by doing that, creating a more peaceful and grounded home environment as well. So for some Leos, it could also bring negotiations around a raise, a salary, a decision to, yeah, maybe put out your skills or market them. And if you've been learning something new, that can be a technical skill, can be a new certification, can be a new craft, then this is really the moment when you start using all of your new skills to boost your earning potential. On a deeper level, there's also a recalibration of self-worth that also belongs to the second house. So it's also a reminder to root your sense of value in your own abilities and integrity, and rather than the approval or the support of others. So yeah, some of you Leos are going to feel an increased need for independence. Maybe you want to rely more on your own resources, and maybe you want to create greater control over your own finances, especially with the next eclipse that is going to happen in Virgo as well. So yeah, that is like going to totally change some financial foundations for you guys. So my dear Leo rising, when you value yourself enough to really align your resources with your true purpose, then abundance naturally follows. So good luck, my dear Leos. Then we have Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You are gonna have the new moon in your sign. It's going to happen on the 23rd of August. This is the first of 2 consecutive new moons in the sign of Virgo. So this is actually really, really important for you guys. So yeah, my dear fellow Virgo risings, you are the stars of today's show. And of course, also if you have a Virgo moon or a sun there, it's actually one of the most potent reinvention points that you'll have in years right now. First house, it is about identity, your self-image, your personal direction. And yeah, it's so cool because Also, the South Node is moving through this part of the chart. You're in a very powerful position to shed all of these outdated versions of yourself, step into a truer, more aligned expression of who you truly are. It isn't about superficial change. It is really about purifying your sense of self from all this old conditioning. Release all the limiting beliefs with the South Node. Release all the roles that no longer fit you. Think of this as like a complete reset button for your entire life's approach. It can be job, health, identity. They can all shift over the next few months, especially with the solar eclipse that we're about to see on the 21st of September. So if you're Virgo rising, it can be about all parts of your life. If it's your moon, then it can definitely be about moving somewhere new, or something can happen with your mom, or something very emotional. Can be positive or negative, depending on which aspect it's making in your personal chart. But if you have a sun in Virgo, then it can be about your health, but also about your job. So yeah, very important for you, my dear Virgos. And simply, the first house could also include changing your appearance, fresh haircut, new wardrobe, some new clothes that actually reflect who you are now. There can be coming forth a new, more confident body language as well. You might also shift in how you interact with other people. You can be setting boundaries to protect your time and energy. You can have new systems that are gonna lessen stress. So implement new habits, new systems that release you from stress. Yeah, there can also a big new start in a personal development project. You can be learning something new. You can start a new health regimen, new fitness routine as well. This is like a complete overhaul and a complete restructuring of your daily routines to better serve your goals in the future. So the key here is to really find new habits that reinforce your shifting identity. You can be joining a group that even reflects your values. You can speak up more at work. You can embrace leadership roles that you once were too shy to take on. So this period really tells you, my dear Virgo, that you need to prioritize your own needs rather than sidelining them for other people. If you have people-pleasing behavior or tendency, then this is your time to really let that go with the South Node in your sign. And if certain responsibilities or roles or expectations that have kept you boxed in, then this is really the time, and now you really get the support to let them go. And changes that you're going to make now are going to ripple into every area of your life. Career, relationship, health, because when your self-image shifts, then your outer reality tends to follow as well. So this is really your opportunity to align your actions with a lot of purpose, and also create a version of yourself that feels not only authentic, but is also ready for the next chapter whenever the solar eclipse in Virgo is going to hit within a month of time. So my dear fellow Virgo rising, let me know how you guys have been doing lately. Also know that this is your season to fully become who you know already are, and to step forward and also claim it and own it, my dear Virgo, and take good care of your health and release some stress, and know that your needs are more important than cleaning up after other people's mess. So good luck, my dear Virgo. And hi, Namira. Also, are you Virgo sun? And thank you guys so much for all the sweet, positive comments. You guys really you guys really warm my heart a lot. So then we have Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What's up, my dear Libras? You're gonna have a new moon in the sign of Virgo, and it's gonna happen on the 23rd of August, and it's gonna fall in your 12th house of rest, spirituality, your subconscious. This is a house of working behind the scenes, can feel a little bit lonely, can be about loss and dissolvement as well. It's about hidden things from the subconscious being triggered as well. And this is an opening of a very rare two-part cycle that really invites deep inner renewal. It's a very highly introspective moment for you guys. And it's one that really calls you to slow down, to step back from all the noise, and also to tend to what's been quietly shaping your inner world. Virgo's influence here in your 12th, it really encourages you to identify and also release hidden patterns. These can be unhelpful beliefs, limiting beliefs, subtle fears, unconscious habits that actually have been running in the background without you being aware of that. So this double dose of Virgo energy, because we're going to have an eclipse in the sign of Virgo next month, these things can really set off a whole new inner journey. You can start with doing some therapy, meditation, journaling, or some energy healing practices such as sound baths, breath work, energy healing in itself, hypnotherapy, soul retrieval work. You might also feel drawn to really declutter your mental and emotional space, perhaps by spending more time in solitude, by practicing more mindfulness, or maybe engage in quite creative work without behind the scenes, without anyone's involvement. So you can let go of whatever comes up and just work it out in peace and solace and solitude. I meant solitude. So on a physical level, this lunation could also highlight some hidden sensitivities in your body, especially mental health, but because it's a sign of Virgo, it also emphasizes the physical health for you guys. And yeah, mental and physical health is either way, for everyone, very, very intertwined. But for you, Libra, that's like a double emphasis with Virgo on the cusp of 12th house. So yeah, it's maybe anything. If you are allergic to any food, or maybe have some intolerances, that can cause more inflammation during this time. Pay also close attention to how your body reacts to certain triggers, to certain foods, to certain people, certain environments, or routines. Maybe you need to change some routines that can make you help. And you're gonna need to take small little baby steps, but if you continue it over time, these could bring life-changing results actually. So yeah, honor yourself, honor your rest as a form of productivity as well. Don't be too harsh on yourself, don't be too critical. Time spent alone, free from distractions, can actually help your mind naturally reorganize itself. It can bring more clarity without force. You might also feel more called to let go of long, old, past emotional baggage. It can be about perfectionism, overanalysis, shame, guilt, resentment. And you can rewire that through compassionate self-reflection during this time. So the 12th house is a very mystical house, spiritual house. Even while sleeping, you need to pay double attention on your dreams. You can have messages, synchronicities coming forth through dreams as well. So yeah, this is really setting the stage for the coming eclipses in your 6th and your 12th houses. So they will continue to bring this theme of deep healing for the next few months. So yeah, by creating some extra space right now, both mentally and emotionally, you're going to be better prepared to embrace more clarity and inner peace and a sense of spiritual grounding that is going to follow if you take time to rest. So really take time to realign your body, mind, and spirit, because with all these eclipses in the health axis for you guys, you need to be more careful for your mental and your physical health in the next few months. So my dear Libra rising, your inner world is your sanctuary. Nourish it, and everything outside of you will fall into place when you do that. So good luck, my dear Libra. And Claudia says, hi Astrid, hope you're feeling better. Yes, I am doing much, much better. They removed something here and I'm like pain-free for the first day. Yesterday was also good. So yes, I am happy, finally. Oh my God. So then we have Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You are going to have a new moon in a sign of Virgo on the 23rd of August, and it's going to land in your 11th house of friendships, like-minded people, your networks, your collaborations, your long-term aspirations, your hopes and dreams. So it's marking the beginning of a very rare two-part cycle in this area of your life. And over the next few weeks, you could see some new social connections forming. There can be big or new invitations to join group projects. There can also be opportunities at work, or maybe also opportunities to work more or work together with like-minded people. Set intentions around building a new community, or expanding your community. Can be a professional association, can be a group in regards to your hobby or your talents. It can also be about online networks and communities, but of course it can also be about in-person gatherings and parties and having a good time. So yeah, if you're being offered, join a new team, join a new club, a new organization, a new community, start a new collaborative project, reconnect with your allies, with your like-minded people who actually share your vision. You could actually receive recognition and support from friends that can give you a boost in pursuing your dreams. Virgo's influence here, it also encourages practical planning. Breaking big aspirations into smaller, manageable baby steps to, so that they feel achievable rather than overwhelming. So just know that you can do it, but do not want it all in one big thing. You need to like break it down step by step. So create a clear action list for your goals, identify the resources that you already have, and also map out where social connections can actually help you move forward. So yeah, a new friendship can also blossom from this moon, especially with the solar eclipse next month. So yeah, definitely a very big shift in friendships. Reassess the quality of your friendships and of your social circles. If certain people discourage you, it might be time to step back from these influences. But also, Scorpio, be more intentional also about the influence that you have on others and on your friendships as well. So how do you want to use your voice and leadership in group settings or in regards to friends as well? For some Scorpios, it could be the start of a new role that really expands your reach and also increases your impact in your community. So yeah, you need to align yourselves with supportive, visionary people and take concrete steps towards your goals. But in order to attract that or align yourself with that, you need to give off the same vibe. You need to be supportive as well. And if you do that, you're going to set the stage for long-term success. So, my dear Scorpio rising, surround yourself with people who see your vision and believe in it as much as you do. Good luck, my dear Scorpio. We have Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You are going to have a new moon in the sign of Virgo, and it's going to happen on August the 23rd, and the new moon is going to land in your 10th house. So, at the top of your chart, very visible, guys. Whatever you do, it's going to be publicly known during this time, especially big emphasis with the next solar eclipse that is going to happen in Virgo in September. So, yeah, be careful. They always say bad publicity is publicity as well, but I just want to like give you guys a heads up that yeah, the top of the chart, it is your public image, it is your leadership role, it is also your long-term goals, and this is really opening up a very rare double cycle of big professional renewal. This could actually be the moment that you step into a new role, begin a major project, redefine your career direction as well. Some of you are going to be offered a promotion. Maybe some of you need to take on some new responsibilities. Some of you might launch a new business. And Virgo's energy here is highly supportive of organizing your professional path. Redefine your goals, build structures that will help you reach your next milestone in life. So whatever happens now and within 6 months, it might be something that you look back on later and be like, wow, that was such a quantum leap in my career. And yeah, with the square to Uranus, there can be some shocks, some disruption, some upheaval. So yeah, take that into account. You just like tackle the challenges, and you might free something up, and you might also take on more of a freedom role or a visionary role inside of your career as well. You could also update your resume, apply for a new position, restructure a business plan, set clearer timelines for certain career goals. And some of you are going to really experience a very big shift in the dynamics at the workplace. There can be a change in management. There can be a new boss. There can be a reorganization that actually opens doors for new growth. And it's also ideal for streamlining your workflow, improving team at work, and also making sure that everyone is aligned with each other at the job. But yeah, of course, this lunation is tied to the upcoming eclipses across your career 10th house and your home 4th house. So you need to readjust your work-life balance. Some of you might need more personal space or support to pursue certain career opportunities, or you might also choose to simplify your professional commitments to protect your private life at home or the role that you need to play at home. But this, yeah, you need to set new intentions for your career path that actually feels more aligned with your values and your purpose at home, or who you are at home as well. So some of you are going to really step into the spotlight. Some of you are going to change industries or laying groundwork for a business of your own. So launching that as well. The changes that you start now could really shape your public legacy for years to come. So, my dear Sagittarius rising, define success on your own terms and then build a path that feels just as good as the destination that you're working towards. And that will give you a lot of joy. So good luck, my dear Sagittarius. We have Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. There's a new moon in the sign of Virgo that's going to happen on the 23rd of August. And it's going to land in your 9th house of expansion, learning, higher wisdom, travel, publishing, bigger picture perspective, religion, spirituality. And this is really setting off a very rare double cycle that encourages you to step beyond your current comfort zone. And over the next few weeks, you might feel called to start a new educational path. You might plan a long-distance travel, share your ideas with a wider audience. You might be publishing something that gains traction. It is really a moment for broadening the horizons, and that can be both literally through experiences in new places and mentally by exploring new, fresh philosophies, new spiritual practices, or diving into cultural perspectives, which are different than yours. You can learn a lot from that right now. So this could all include enrolling into a new course, starting a new certification program, maybe publishing an article or a book, or restructuring the way that you teach or how you share your knowledge if you're a teacher or a guru or some kind. And if you are maybe a writer or a teacher or a spiritual leader, then you might also experiment with new methods or new platforms for reaching a broader audience. And travel, especially if you go on a journey that challenges your thinking or that exposes you to a different lifestyle, that could be a very big game changer for you guys. So great time to update your view on the world, to zoom out, to look at the bigger picture, to integrate new information, and also integrate to the new changing global realities and all the narratives that are being put out there, and look what's that doing or how that's affecting your own world that you live in right now. So Virgo's influence on the cusp of 9 really emphasizes discernment, clarity, organization, and refinement, and all the themes that I've just mentioned. So you could also be assessing whether your daily actions still align with your bigger picture values, with the bigger picture in general. You might also adjust your routines to reflect what you truly stand for. So the key here is to avoid perfectionism. Your beliefs, they don't need to be flawless to be impactful. Set intentions for a more current and adaptable worldview, and by surrounding yourselves with people from a different culture, with books from far overseas, and really dive into new adventures and experiences, that is going to expand your understanding of the world massively, and you'll build a way stronger, more relevant vision for your place here in a rapidly ever-changing world that we're currently in. So stay open to new perspectives, expand your mind. Just know that expanding your mind will expand every other part of your life too. So good luck, my dear Capricorn. We have Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. On August the 23rd, there's a new moon in Virgo, and it's gonna happen in your 8th house of shared resources, of trusting, vulnerability, intimacy, psychologically, deep transformation. It's a very deep, occult, mysterious house, the 8th house. So this is really an initiation into a rare double cycle, because we're going to see a solar eclipse in the sign of Virgo next month on the 21st of September. So this is like the first of 2 new moons. So yeah, it's purging and a big renewal in this area of your life in the 8th. And with the South Node also here, you're really being called to release outdated dynamics about or around money, power, emotional vulnerability, like emotional, financial, and psychological entanglement with other people, especially patterns that are inherited from past experiences with others. It could also mean letting go of old fears around sharing your resources. You might be reevaluating long-standing commitments. You might also be rethinking the agreements that you've made with your partners, with your family, with some institutions. The 8th is also about loans, debt, mortgages, realtors, all these things as well. So yeah, reviewing your debt could come up. Reviewing your loan, your investments, your joint accounts and joint finances. You might also decide to pay something off. Look into how you can finance certain things. You might also restructure financial agreements. You might also choose to cancel a financial arrangement that no longer works for you. And if your trust is strong, then step into a deeper commitment that involves shared resources. It can also set that off. So emotionally, the 8th is very muddy, deep, sensitive. This really is a period for healing past betrayals or disappointments. So you need to look closely to all the walls that you've built over time, revolving around vulnerability. And now you need to decide if they're still serving you. So for some Aquas, this might also mean lowering defenses in safe relationships. For others, it could involve reinforcing boundaries where trust has been broken. It depends on which aspects it's making in your personal chart. So Virgo, of course, the influence is of clarity, of precision, of discernment, especially in matters involving other people, money, energy, sexuality, some kind of power or influence over your life, people who hold that power. So you might also find that it's easier to ground your self-worth in your own stability, which is going to make you less reactive to other people's behavior. And this can actually free you from the need to control situations because you trust your own ability to handle whatever comes up next for you. Also a good time for financial planning, investing, updating a will, researching how your investments can even grow bigger or wider or more abundant. And on an emotional side, it is about clearing out and purging energetic clutter. So let go of control over other people and also create space for a more authentic, balanced exchanges in your closest bonds. So, my dear Aquarius rising, sun, moon, your greatest security comes from trusting yourself enough to release what no longer serves you in regards to emotions, sexuality, and shared finances. So good luck, my dear Aquarius. And then, last but not least, we have my beautiful Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. You are going to have a new moon in the sign of Virgo on the 23rd of August, and it's going to land in your 7th house of partnerships. So you are one of the mutable signs. You're going to feel this one immensely. It's in your opposite sign. You are bracing yourself for a lunar eclipse that is going to happen on the 7th of September. That is going to happen in your sign. So this is going to be a major shift for you, my dear Pisces. But this new moon, it's going to bridge the gap between the other solar eclipse that is going to happen on the 21st of September in your opposite sign. And the 7th house, it is about partnerships, one-on-one connections, about agreements, contracts as well. And this is really setting off or opening up a rare double cycle of relationship renewal. So this is really a time when people are going to enter your life. That can be a new romantic interest, can be a new business partnership, other collaborators, can be new close friends, or something comes up with the close friends. And there are going to be opportunities for deeper and more meaningful connections. You might also be closing out certain relationships to clear the space for bonds that feel healthier and more aligned with your personal needs, which are, of course, shifting with the eclipses in your sign and in your opposite sign as well. So a single Pisces could start a new romantic relationship, form a new business partnership, reconnect with someone important on new terms. You might also negotiate or revise a contract, anything from a marriage contract to a work agreement to maybe something in regards to your home, or contracts with people in law and a lawyer, or anything in regards to that as well. But to be clear on the fine print before committing. The Sun is also in your 7th house. So the new moon really emphasizing these, you need to purge outdated dynamics in relationships and also release expectations that have actually led to an imbalanced or unsatisfying way of connecting with other people. So Virgo's energy here, it wants clarity, it wants structure, it wants mutable understanding. So really write down your intentions for partnerships and meditate on that and look at what you really want, need, and also what you are willing to offer yourself as well. So that can really help you to stay grounded when meeting new people or renegotiating these existing bonds. Also a very good time to prioritize your relationships that are mutually supportive. It's always giving and receiving, and in my eyes that is never truly equally, even though a lot of people strive for that. I don't think that truly exists. I think that is also always shifting. But write everything down so you can stop doubting and stop being too critical as well, because Virgo on the cusp of 7 can be partners are either really critical towards you or vice versa. This could actually mean also the strengthening of a long-standing bond, and also know that the connections that you focus on now could also set the tone for more balanced and fulfilling partnerships in the 6 months that are about to come with all the eclipses. So Also, yeah, take extra good care of your health, and maybe something can come up in your partner's life in regards to their health as well. So maybe your partner needs to work on their physical health as well. That can be a team as well, but definitely with the eclipses. So my dear Pisces rising, choose connections that fill you up, that actually fill your cup, and also let go of those that leave you running on empty or the ones that really make you feel drained. So good luck, my dear Pisces. So that was it for today. Thank you all so much for joining me under the magic of this rare double new moon in Virgo. I remember we had a double new moon in Aries, and that was in 2023. Then we also had a double full moon in Capricorn, and that was 2024. And like Capricorn, it is a sign of the government, and that happened during the summer, just before the US elections. So there was a very big emphasis on the sign of Capricorn last summer, and look how all the structures changed within the government. Now this year we have a double moon in the sign of Virgo, which is about our 9 to 5 and our physical health. So I think a lot of jobs will be lost too because of AI. But on the positive side, I think there's going to be a lot of new inventions, especially with Uranus in Gemini, that are going to really contribute to, oh my God, towards like really healing our physical body as well. So yeah, it all depends on which aspects are happening in your own personal chart, of course. And I do, however, offer personal astrology sessions as well. There's a link for that in the description box below, because with the emphasis with the emphasis on Virgo and Pisces, it is really important to look at which, if the eclipses make a good or negative aspect in your own personal charts, and maybe to be a bit prepared for that as well. So yeah, remember that Virgo, it really teaches us that the smallest details can really lead to very big transformations. So in Virgo's realm, the magic is not found in grand gestures like Leo before Virgo, but in Virgo, it is in the quiet precision of the daily acts. So really use this time to heal, to simplify, and also to create order in your everyday world. And if the matrix starts glitching with this new moon squaring Uranus, just don't put too much emphasis or attention on that, because otherwise we're going to feel overwhelmed. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and also share your Virgo new moon intentions in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys, and to look at which seeds that you are planting. So thank you so much, Katie and Laura and Stain and Mem Jax and all the others, and I will see you back soon. Bye-bye.